This is the 2019 ordinary level question C1 Geologic Geometry. The sheet is on the back of section A and the question then is inside in the exam paper. So question C1, the image on the right shows an aerial view of an open mine. A portion of a similar mine area is represented on the accompanying map. It's this bit here. The map shows ground contours at 5-meter intervals. It's important information. On the map supplied, draw a vertical section of profile on the line AB, so that's this line here. Points C, D and E are outcrop points on the surface of a stratum of ore. Draw the plan and elevation of the triangle, so we're going to draw that here and up in the space. And then finally determine the strike and dip of the stratum. So starting with this question, the first thing that we're going to do is looking along the line AB, I'm going to find the lowest and highest points. So 45 appears to be the lowest point and 80 appears to be the highest. So taking those heights, I'm going to find height lines that will correspond to them up here in this box up here. So if I go 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75 and 80. Again, label the point, the heights 45, 50, 55 and so on. Now in each place that the line AB cuts through a contour, we're going to locate that same height up here in the elevation in our profile view. So taking point A first, that's at an altitude of 50, it's on that 50 contour. So projecting that up into this top view till it hits the 50 height line, that's this point. Doing the same thing for the next contour, that's 45. Again, working our way across here over to 50, 55, 60 and so on. So 65 up to the 70. So each time a contour is cut by that blue line, the line AB, project that up into the profile to the corresponding height line. So all the 80s go up to the 80, the 75 goes up to 75 and so on. And then once we have all those points plotted, it's just a matter of joining all the points up. Try the best curve that we can. That's going to pass through each point. And that is our profile along the line AB. So that completes that first part. Second part of this is to draw the what they're saying. So points C, D and E, they're outcrop points. We're asked to draw the plan and elevation of the triangle CDE. So drawing the plan is straightforward, just drawing a line between the 3 points. C, D and E. What we need to do now is find the same triangle up in the elevation. As they're outcrop points, they're points on the surface. So this point here, point D, is on the 75 contour, so I'm going to project that up until it hits the 75 line up here. So this is point D up here. Doing the same thing for point E. Point E has an altitude of 55, so So we'll find the 55 height line, that's this one. And do the same thing for C. That has an altitude of 45. So that's that one there. So we're asked to draw the triangle for that. So that's just joining the 3 points together. That gives us the 3 points there. So the next thing that we're going to do is, looking at the question here, we need to find the strike. So to find the strike first, we're going to need to find, so the strike is the direction that this is going at, so we need a horizontal line on the surface. So the best place to draw a horizontal line is going to be in the elevation, this place up here, from point E. The reason we're doing it from point E is if I draw a horizontal line here, it'll actually cut the other side of the triangle. So it's this red line here. If I was to do it from C, it wouldn't hit the other bit. D, the same, wouldn't hit it. So what we're going to do now is going to locate the point along CD where that red line hits it, where that horizontal line cuts through it, and that gives us this point here. It's on line CD. So finding that same line now up in the plan. So E joins to somewhere between C and D. E joins to that same point that we've located between C and D. It's this line here. This line is the strike. So that is a true length. As it's a horizontal line in the elevation, it is a true length down here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look in perpendicular to that. When we look in perpendicular to that, it's going to give us an edge view of the plane, and we will be able to see the true angle between this plane and the horizontal plane. So that will be the dip that we're finding then. So taking our line here perpendicular to the strike, projecting points C, D, and E up here. Now for each one of these, C has an altitude of 45. That doesn't mean we need to measure up here 45. C is the lowest point, so I'm going to call this bottom point down here C. The next highest point up is E. That's 10 meters above C. So if I just measure 10 meters here, that is going to be point E. And if I do the same thing then for D, D is 30 meters above C. I can mark that one here as well. Taking a straight line between the two, or between all 3 points. Some edge view of the plane. And this gives us our angle inside here, which is the dip. So we can measure that angle with our protractor. So an angle here of 23 degrees. And that completes this question. This is the 2019 ordinary level question C1.